Howdy, folks. Still trying to get everything set up. Needs to be a lot to get done this morning. I don't know. It's weird. College line down a little bit. We're about to start the playoffs next weekend, but the playoffs are already away, and so I'm watching the Tarleton State Texans Villanova. I had no idea Villanova was in FCS now. It may have been there for a while, but yeah, I mean, of course, you always think of Villanova as basketball, but yeah, I was like, Villanova. They're only behind by 2, and we just started the third quarter. So anyway, lined up for you today. I think you're really going to like it. I'm going to be pairing a spirit that you may not. I know I hadn't. Apparently, that squirrel didn't either. Bushwood. This is age 7 years. It's a straight bourbon. Bottled by Bushwood Spirits in Bardstown, Kentucky. So they're in the right. And I am pairing that with one that I'm probably sure you all have heard of, and that is the Perdomo anniversary. This is the Maduro. I think it's going to be a great pairing. So let's learn a little bit about Bushwood. Told me on this. I was down at a liquor store in kind of just north of downtown Dallas. That man, he's in there. It was awesome, but he really sold me on it. Not really because of what was in the bottle, but what was bottled. This pewter golf ball. That's kind of their thing. Kind of like on Blanton's. Each one of their different lines has a different kind of golf ball. They also have one that's what else they have. But anyway, if I really love this stuff, then I'll probably start collecting the whole thing. So anyway, the mash bill on the front 9 is not disclosed. We're not really sure what makes it up, but we it's bourbon, so it's got to be at least 51% corn. So I think it'll probably be profile that's kind of traditional, corn forward, kind of the typical bourbon recipe, and rye in there. We'll see how spicy it is. I don't think it's a wheated bourbon, but could be. Yeah, we're going to open this present up and see what it's like, and then there's probably a little bit of malted barley there at the end. Balance. So we will see. Now, let's just go ahead and jump in because tried this new style where I'm going to try and keep this thing, instead of keeping it under an hour, going to keep it under 30 minutes. Because I got to notice that if I'm talking for 60 minutes and people are watching for 10, maybe I need to go ahead and just a little bit. So, Tarleton State just scored again. All right. Like that cork pop. And that is a solid golf ball. Go ahead and glass a little up. I got a little heavy on that pour. We'll see. I mean, it really is. It is. It's just got this nice warm amber with some nice golden highlights. It's got kind of a viscosity. It still has some pretty nice legs to it. I think when you steady leg, you're going to find that it's going to have a really nice, well balanced mouthfeel without a lot of extra weight. So you don't want a lot of stuff in there that you don't want, right? You don't want what you don't want. All right. I noticed. Does it sound like I'm just really confused and combobulated today? I feel like I kind of am. This has got a wonderful aroma to it. I mean, it really does. Sorry about the doorbell. All the dogs around here been barking this morning. I'm like, how am I going to have a show if I go barking? Back to the show though. The nose is very friendly and approachable. You get like caramel, caramel popcorn kind of thing. A little bit of vanilla extract in there. There's a little toast in the aroma. I can also pick some honey and sweet grain. So there's very minimal ethanol kind of prickle in your nose. That little tartness. So it's a very easy nosing bourbon, especially right here, because first impressions do matter, right? And y'all going to run out and buy a Bushwood. So let's go ahead and take a sip. All right, that's pretty good. I will tell you that you're sitting here looking at it. This is 47.5% alcohol. So it's got a decent proof to it, but it is not harsh. Some hints of toffee and vanilla cream, and a little bit of like honeyed corn. Mid palate, it's got some baking spices in there, some cinnamon, some nutmeg. The gentle, not dry or bitter. Villanova's got the ball back, so I'm not really a fan of either one. I mean, I kind of am. So, and it's being played in Tarleton, down at Stevensville, Texas. Anyway, the finish is kind of a medium finish. There's a little bit of soft char in there, some faint sweetness in it. It's really a bourbon that's designed to complement, not it will. And I think picking it for the Perdomo 20th anniversary Maduro is probably going to be a thing. I think this will be a very good pairing. I mean, it's starting off. I mean, it's really good. Something I never heard of, and I don't think it was just like overly. Oh, Villanova's going to score again. They're tight. Long run too. Wow, that was about a 50-yard. All right. I can't. I don't think it was. I think it was somewhere in the 50s. I think. But the guy sold me on it, so he owned the store, and yeah, he sold me on the pewter golf ball on top of the bottle. So, all right, let's go ahead and get into it. The Perdomo 20 Maduro. This is a Nicaraguan puro. It is a Nicaraguan tobacco, barrel aged. That's about a run. Wow. The Maduro wrapper on this one delivering, it should deliver a richness and depth, while Perdomo's signature balance and quality construction. Those from the wrapper and the foot, you get dark coat, some espresso beans, a little bit of molasses, maybe a nice earthy sweetness with just a hint of black pepper. Visually, it is a very well constructed stick. There is minimal veining. I see no predominant veining at all. Usually you'll find, maybe predominant. None. There's none. Oh wow. And it's one. It's one. I thought it was two. All right. So we're going to do the rest of this with it just like that. All right. But it does let you see the rest of it. Beautiful stick. It really is. The seams are visible, tight. Got a wonderful double cap on it. It does appear to have a little bit of tooth in it. So we'll see how that works for us. Let's go ahead and give it a cut. Where are we at right now? Got two. That's wonderful, man. I love you people. We're at 10 minutes. 10 minutes, and I'm getting ready to light the cigar. Wonderful. My preferred cut. On the cold draw. On the cold draw, I get some nice, like sweet cocoa up front with, coffee with creamer in it, and then kind of a subtle brown sugar. Just kind of, it's a very faint spice, kind of tingle on the lips. Kind of sets the expectation for a really bold and polished kind of smoke. Wow, keeping it close. We still got almost 12 minutes left. 1 to 19. So, all right, let's go ahead and give it a light. Lighter. There's a light. All right. As you can tell, just a wonderful amount of smoke comes off this. You've got a really good core of dark chocolate, and so mid palate has got a little bit of molasses and some roasted nuts, and maybe a little bit of earth. And it's also a nice lower level of black pepper that just present, but it's controlled, not running wild and making it a super spicy cigar, which is I don't know that the Bush would be able to keep up with it if it was a really spicy cigar, but this is really dense and velvety. It's got a nice, long, satisfying finish on it, and kind of, without overwhelming it. I thought I was doing kind of a crappy job of lighting it. And my single torch I have out here, I'll just leave it out here, and it doesn't work too well. I'm gonna leave it on. It's a El Cheapo. I think part of it is I refilled it with my gray bottle of C-Car butane, and the gray bottle for the black bottle, which is it's supposed to be the high altitude formula. Not any high altitude here, but it seems to work better. So, once you've had black, you never go back, right? Well, I love that black bottle. So, there you go. Wow. I like that. Dude, You got it waving around in the glass. It's I love that. It doesn't really mean anything, but I do love it. We all have our little quirks. So this really works because of contrast and support or underpinning. The bourbon's caramel and honey kind of soften the cigar's darker cocoa and coffee notes, and then the pulls more of the oak and the spice out of the bourbon. And then and each sip and each puff, uh, the draw feels a little bit rounder and more expressive. But really, nor the spirit are really trying to steal the show from one another. Not there's not any dominant there. So those do go pretty well together. I still don't know that I'm the Bushwood. It's a good spirit. It's not enough. I wouldn't do that. Uh, I think you pay what you're spending. You're spending a whole lot all at the top. But the cigar is a good one. It's very good. Typical Perdomo quality construction. If you're listening, you did a good job, buddy. It's really nice. Ash, I did okay on the light. I still feel like I need to touch it a bit. It's not you. It's the you want to make sure that you get it done, and then that way you know if it's the cigars problem. But I'm enjoying it. Maybe you are too. As I mentioned, and kind of towards me, yeah, college football playoffs are coming. I'm excited. My Texas A&M Aggies are going to be playing Miami in College Station at Kyle Field. The Aggies, and I'm very excited. Though I will be watching it from home. Yeah, I can afford. Yeah, being honest, that's like when I go to go down every year to at least one game because I don't donate enough to be able to get good season tickets, and they're expensive. But and I still got two teenage daughters that are looking for college. But I always give me game, the one that you know they're going to win, because I'm like I don't want to spend $600 on 2 nights of hotel and meals and the way overpriced you buy. And so and then well, the point of all that was as get a game might end up losing. Like, if I'm gonna spend that kind of money, I want them to win. I still suffer from BAS, battered Aggie syndrome. Our prior here to Elko, we had about close to 10 years of bad performances. We might start okay, but then you as soon as you SEC, the wheels would start coming off, and you'd know. You'd watch a game, they'd be behind, not even by much, but when they start the third quarter and all of a sudden reels off a kickoff or a touchdown or something like that, and you're like, oh no, and yep, that's what would I just end up losing. That's why I was very impressed with this team at the South Carolina game when they were down 28-3, I think, or maybe it's 28-10. Anyway, they were down, and then came back and won it 31-30. So maybe down 30-3, we're down by 27, and we scored 28 unanswered points in the second half. Okay, well, this team is actually not like the teams of the year before. Yeah, I am kind of an Elko. They're still be on the fence about him, but I'm not. I think the big thing is he understands and he is able to operate in the new NIL aura that we exist in, and that's one of the reasons why Nick Saban retired. He's kind of coach, and they're going to be paying players, and he's going to have to be, involved in all this stuff, and he's going to want money in players that are leaving because they're not making enough money, and he's just like, I'm done, and yeah, he's happy doing his college game day on ESPN, and I guess operating an Airbnb if you've seen the commercials. They are really kind of settling in pretty nice together. We've had a few more puffs and managed to straighten out my my terrible lighting. Really nice stacks of ash going on now. I haven't seen any little toothy oil pockets pop yet. I would that happen. Done that in a while. I think that was a got tagged for holding, defensive holding. That was really picky tag. Rooting for Tarleton State in this one. The Bushwood does. I mean, it is. It's not a bad. I wouldn't make it like an exceptional spirit. It's not one of these hidden gems that oh, you know. Got 4 likes. Thank you very much. I can't ever see the comments, but I got 19 people watching. Man, that is awesome. I'm just loving it. Wow. The smoke is just like hanging. I think it's is the tobacco, and I think part of it is the weather. 62, 63 today here in Dallas, and tomorrow it's supposed to be about 45. Welcome to Texas. And then next weekend it's supposed to be like 75. have joined us in here a little late. We are preparing Bushwood front 9 straight bourbon out of Bardstown, Kentucky. Their biggest selling point is a solid pewter golf ball stopper. And it's 70, and it's undisclosed mash bill, 95 proof, 47.5% alcohol by volume. And it does have a lot of the, regular kind of bourbon palate profiles and aromas to it. On the palate, you're getting toffee and some vanilla cream, a little bit of honeyed corn. There's like cinnamon and nutmeg, more about mid palate or so, and then you have this nice oakiness that's not dry or bitter. And it's a good spirit. Don't get me wrong, it is a good. I am burning a little funny. That is not me. That is not my lighting. We're way far too into this for my light. A little bit inconsistent. I don't like that. Of course, I may not have let them set in my my humidor long enough. But and then on the spirit, it's got a nice medium length finish. It's got some sauce in it, and kind of a lingering sweetness. Now the Perdomo is a Puro that has Nicaraguan filler and binder, and then a Cuban seeded that's barrel aged. It is a wonderful cigar. It really is. Enjoying it. I have been enjoying it very much. What we gotten out of it is some dark chocolate, an espresso, there's a little bit of molasses, roasted nuts, and a little bit of earthiness, and some constant but controlled kind of black pepper that it doesn't make the cigar overly spicy. Well, and I was saying I was kind of rooting for Tarleton State. Maybe the curse Vino. If I say I'm rooting for this team, they're losing. So go Villanova. Go Villanova. Let's go. See you win it. Wow. Yeah. He just rolled off about a 20 or 25-yard run. I always do hate it when football season comes to an end because I don't have nearly as much. Well, at least I have something to kind of, entertain me. Because I talking for that long. But whoop, dropped it. These two together, the bourbons can caramel and honey soften the cigar's coffee and cocoa notes. The cigar, in turn, pulls more oak and spice out of the bourbon. Too overly sweet, and it allows each sip and each puff much more expressive. So, and neither one really tries to power the other. Oh, well, look at it. We've already done a half hour. They're consistent. There may be some. I think that the kind of the espresso kind of notes are kind of pulling back a little bit. We may have had just a little bit of leather that's there picked up a little bit. Still really enjoying the cigar. Um, um, I am a Perdomo fan after shunning them for no good reason for quite a few years. I don't know. I just did. This is a really relaxed, kind of confident pairing. You're gonna get with either one of these. The Bushwood 9 or front 9 plays a kind of a smooth, dependable kind of pour, where the Perdomo 20th anniversary brings this and depth and presence that really causes uh, shit. What was the word I was thinking of? Really makes for a very enjoyable experience. So words escape me. And I think together they do kind of bring a really nice balance. Maybe a little, and definitely an approachability. For a Maduro cigar, it's a very approachable cigar. And the Bushwood, it's a spirit. I would say it would probably, for me, it would fall more down into the mixing type spirits. It's good straight, but it's just not, to me, it doesn't have that depth of character yet. Maybe a Penelope or some of the Buffalo Trace offerings, and that can. It's a good spirit. It really is. Maybe 7 years is not enough. Maybe they need it longer. You know, typically the longer you age, the smoother and better it gets. Generally. So, if you're looking for a pairing that kind of feels kind of premium, premium. I like this one. I hope you enjoyed it. I've enjoyed it. Let me know how much you enjoyed it. Hit subscribe, share, notify. Hit the subscribe button on all of my social medias. Really, really need that. Share it. This is on Rumble and YouTube Live and X Live. I will pull the video off X Live and extract the audio and post it to all my audio, Spotify podcast, Amazon Music podcast, all that. And that's when I go and paste in all of my notes and everything. Now, this is going to be a wonderful experience or something like that, But then when I actually the video playlist on YouTube, that's when I post all the stuff in there so that you can see all of the notes that I made and everything. So go by the Amazon store. Pick you up a Sticks-n-Stonez t-shirt. This one is the Here Am I, Send Me. You see me post about it all the time, especially in replies and stuff like that. It's got the Desert Camo Soldier on the back of it with the Isaiah that says, and the Lord said, whom shall I send and who shall go for us? And then under it's a Christmas gift for your veterans or patriots in your family. Comes in all kinds of colors for both men and women. Sizes. So I'm not a shyster. And with Amazon, you can get it quickly. Pick one of these up for somebody in your family. I would appreciate it, and I know they would appreciate it. To be together again. Keep your sticks dry, your stones cold, and have a great day.